to be your thing. I purposely made it up. No, I didn't. It just kind of happened. It just kind of happened.
Good day, sir. How are you this evening?
Until now, very well.
Well, I am here from the Tyler Press in Indiana, and I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
I don't know. Can you?
Well, yes. Let's start with your name.
What about it?
What is it?
Professor E. Challenger.
Why did you go on this daring adventure?
To prove a point, my lad, the Zoological Institute did not believe my wonderful tales about my previous excursion, and thus I set out to prove them otherwise.
Who all went with you on your quest?
First off was my vendetta, Dr. Summerlee, who was one of those idiots that did not have faith in my great accomplishments. Next was Edward Dunn Malone. He was a reporter for the Daily Gazette and was on this trip seeking adventure, and all for the love of a woman, I might add. Lord John Roxton also accompanied us, as well as a Negro, a few natives, and some half-breeds.
How did you proceed?
Strange that you should ask that, my lad, for the other set sail without knowing that I was with them. I had planned to come out at the time of need and save their lives. But, alas, when they saw that the letter I had sent them was blank, I had to come out of hiding, for they were planning to head back to London and go on without any journey, and wasting so much time. For there we made our way down the great Amazon, which is such a great river and was perfect for rowing ourselves towards our destination. From there we headed toward a village which I had been to on my last adventure.
Where were you headed?
We were headed for the Great Plateau, which is now called Maple White Island, based off of an American venturer who also went there. It rose some 100 feet above us.
How did you get up?
It was brilliance on my part. There was a great birch tree next to a great cavern, so to speak, which separated us from our great goal. I had the reporter and Lord Roxton cut it down, and it made a perfect bridge. We soon crossed over and were joyful at our success. But what happened next changed our adventure. One of the natives we brought with us destroyed our bridge.
Why would he do that?
Apparently, Lord Roxton had killed his brother, and the native was in seek of revenge. John soon took care of that and shot him down.
What other dangers did you face?
Several. We were attacked by all sorts of vile creatures and beasts. One of the first was a pterodactyl, which ate our meal and gave us a good beating when we went to explore them later on. Their beaks were lined with a deadly poison which could cause great pain, and did for some of us. In the night, we discovered a horrific creature which stalked us. Lord Roxton was clever and brave enough to scare it away by driving fire into his face. It looked like a frog the size of an elephant, and had a hairy face with blood dripping all around it. One such beast, which we thought was dangerous, was the iguanodon, which we later saw was a simple animal that only ate plants and could be herded like cows. We also saw many other animals, like one that looked like a very large elk, or a moose. We also discovered a volcano and a geyser, which I suitably named Challenger's Geyser. There were several strange fish that we found in the lake, which is named Lake Gladys, after Marone's love. He also came upon a stegosaurus, which was very large and deadly, that we had to try and avoid it for the duration of our journey. We also discovered several plants like bamboo and huge trees that towered above us. The flowers were very interesting, and we made several classifications on them. But Dr. Summerlee was very disagreeable.
Did Dr. Summerlee recant his previous position?
Yes, he did, but I still can't stand him. He always disagrees with my superior intellect, and never is bold and courageous in the face of danger. Why, he's the lowest thing you could ever think. I had to set him straight so many times, and he was a bother even bringing him. Later in our journey, he was wounded and did nothing but babble on about the real purpose of our mission. He deserves nothing, and I should say that he is almost as bad as you in your prodding questions.
There are rumors that you all fought in a battle. Is that true?
Yes, it is. We joined with a large group of natives that we found actually lived at Maple White Land. We fought off a grotesque group of ape men that could very well have been missing links. We had a few rifles and hundreds upon hundreds of rounds at our disposal, and even though the ape men were stronger, they were also very slow. The natives were too quick, and we soon had wiped the infernal creatures off the face of the earth. How did you ever escape the plateau? We could not cross the chasm, for it was too long, and we did not have another tree or a rope long enough. We did, however, find a cave in which the natives stored their supplies that led into a shorter embank where a rope was long enough. We had to do it in secret because the natives looked to us as gods. It would not let us leave because they needed someone to help them survive in a harsh environment. We reached the village by way of the Amazon and then returned to London, where I now speak with you.
I have one final question to ask you. Where exactly is the location of the plateau?
The location. The location? You want to know the location? I will never tell you, and I want you out of my house. Out! Out! Out!
Just a few more moments, sir. Please, don't get violent.
Get out of here, you little creep! Don't ask any more questions!